the one only, the Despotic, bringing you guys another gameplay commentary. This is Battlefield 1, and I'm playing Operations. And for those people who don't know what Operations is a combination of Rush and Conquest. Now, I used to be heavy into Rush until they changed the maps. The maps in Battlefield 4 really didn't work well for Rush. They changed it to the point where it was no longer about choke points and gunplay. It was now about vehicles and more vehicles. And I was never really into vehicles. I'm not a fan of it. I'm an infantry player. I think about gunplay, playing the objective, and just dominating other players. I don't play Conquest. I play Domination, which is a smaller version of Conquest, and it's solely infantry. It doesn't have any vehicles, and I think you guys are getting a pattern here. I'm not a fan of vehicle play. I'm not a fan of it at all. I dropped 53 kills in this game, which was really good, really solid. I played the objective. I did all of the things I think needed to be done to win this match, and I pushed. I did 10% destroy vehicles, and the other 90% I just went ahead and killed people. And that's just my play style. I'm not a fan of vehicle play. I've said this before in other videos where I think a lot of Battlefield players, they've gone away from this whole point of it's a shooter, right? Even though vehicles are involved in the shooter, vehicles should never be like the primary focus. If you go 50-0 or 50-1 or 50-2 in a vehicle, that really doesn't, to me, it doesn't show anything. It just shows you're really good at killing people who can't fight back. And yes, I'll hear people say you get a group and you guys concentrate your efforts on killing the tank, and then that's great. But you know what happens afterwards? That same concentrated effort has to go on 2 or 3 seconds later because another vehicle is on the battlefield, and the time you spend destroying a vehicle could have been spent capping a flag, playing the objective, killing people. Now, this is my personal opinion. You are not supposed to agree with anything that I say, but this is just my opinion about it. I don't think. That's why I don't play Operations. I just happened to jump in here because I just happened to jump in. I don't know. And I hate to say I'm a purist, but I just feel as if gunplay and playing the objective and managing recoil, I think those things matter more than jumping into an aerial vehicle or jumping into a ground vehicle or jumping into a tank. Like, those things to me don't really, it doesn't say anything about that individual. And I know people play the game and it's a battlefield. What do you expect? It should be tanks. You guys are 100% correct. It should be vehicles. You're right, but I don't know how many Battlefield games you guys have played, but there are lots of people who just for some reason believe like they attach some element of skill to like being in a vehicle. I honestly don't know why. I don't know why. So I've always played the infantry games, and I've always been a fan of that. Because I don't have the patience, nor do I have just the energy to invest my time in trying to kill or destroy a vehicle. So that's my spiel on why I don't play the game modes that have vehicles. Now, TDM is really a good game mode now because you can spawn on other players. The maps are really tailored to TDM. Conquest, the same thing. It's just the scoring. The scoring is a bit perplexing. I don't understand the scoring as much as I think I do. I just don't. You might have a team that just jumps on you instantly and it's already 100 points. I don't know. This part of the video really gets interesting. Not this exact part, but when we push B on the mic. I was trying to tell my squad mates that let's push B first and then come around and take A, because I realized that at the end of, like, towards the end of this game, these guys are definitely going to try to hunker down on B. And if that happened, we would have had a really major issue. And that actually happened, where we had to push these guys on B, and I kind of held them off for a bit. This is what I really like about Operations, that there's this element of, like, I don't know if you've played World at War. There was a game mode called War, and this reminds me of that, where the sound, the push, just everything about this game mode really brings out that kind of nostalgic feeling when I was playing World at War. And this game is amazing. That's the one thing I'll say. Of course, there are issues with the game, and hopefully they'll change that. But I'm really enjoying this game. I'm really enjoying the assault class, because I think I said this in one of the commentaries. I like the situation that if you run into an assault player and you're a medic, odds of you winning that gunfight at close range are relatively, like, it's probably 90%, probably 10%. The flip side, if you run into a medic player at range, it's very difficult for an assault player to win that fight. So an assault player has to close the gap, and I really like that element to the game. I like the fact that you have to close the gap, and if you do close the gap, you're rewarded for it, compared to in the past where, you know, you're an assault player, well, not assault, but you're an SMG player, and you close the gap on another player in Battlefield, and he or she drops you with the AEK. Even though the AEK was my most used weapon, I played the AEK a lot, but I've mentioned this before, because it was the assault class had medic, it has everything, so it was more of a, hey, they have the best guns, they have revive, they have pretty much everything. But now it's changed. Now, if you played a medic in any of the Battlefield except for Battlefield Bad Company 2, then, and I haven't played any, then, you know, you were being given somewhat easy mode. But now with assault, you don't have a medic, you can't revive, you have to really choose your shots, you have to be on point, you have to be aggressive. And that's the element to this game that I'm really enjoying, that if you play assault, your goal is to kill and kill and kill and kill, and of course destroy vehicles or keep them at bay for the time being. But that's the point, kill. If you play medic, it's an in-between. I'm not really sure where medic stands. I've not really played too much of the medic. I've only played assault, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'll definitely, like, move over and get all of the rank 10 weapons. I'll do that, but as of now, I'm just really enjoying playing assault. It really plays to my, it's like made for my game, for my play style. Aggressive, flanking, getting up close and personal, and killing people. I think at the core of just any shooter should be gun and gun play, and just movement and knowing your role. And my role is to run around and kill people. That's my role. Anyway, this one only Despotic, and we do win the match. I think I finished 53-20. Deuces.